everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Yolanda Hayes. I am a local realtor in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area. Today's topic is going to be about the 5 common mistakes that first-time home buyers make when they are purchasing new construction. So I just wanted to go over that topic real quick. So just to go ahead and jump in, just a little bit of background as to why I personally kind of, push my buyers towards new construction a little bit. If you're not familiar with the laws here in North Carolina is more of a buyer beware state. And what that means is when you're purchasing a home, homes are sold as is in their current condition. I have mentioned this in several of my videos. A lot of people that are relocating from other states, they are not aware of this, and it's not normal either. This is not the norm. Other states, the sellers are responsible for making some repairs, but here in North Carolina, that is not the case. If a seller has their home for 10, 15, 20 years, even 50 years, and they have not taken care of it, or it has not been well maintained, you as the new owner would take over the responsibility to fix those things. So for example, the HVAC system. You guys know HVAC systems could cost anywhere between $5,000 to $7,000 to replace. Just imagine if you purchased a home and the homeowner has not been taking care of it for the duration that they had the home. They never got a tune-up on it. They never got the air ducts cleaned. They never got anything done. They just kept using it and kept using it and kept using it. And now it probably only has, it has leaks and everything going on with it. And, freon leaks or anything like that. And you are stuck with that responsibility. If it's so old that it can't be just fixed, then you may have to do a complete replacement. So that's how it is here. Unfortunately, it is not required for sellers to make repairs on homes. You can ask, you can always request it. I always ask my clients to ensure that they get a third-party home inspection. So when a home inspection is done on the property, you're going to be provided a list of all of the things that the home inspector found that they, as their professional opinion, that they consider or is an issue with the home. Now, some things are very minor, but some things could be major. It could be something electrical. It could be something wrong with the roof. It could be something wrong with the foundation of the home. Maybe the house is sinking on one side. This is exactly why, a reason why I suggested you get home inspections versus us looking at it, because we're not professionals. So you definitely want to make sure you hire a professional home inspector. So to go ahead and jump into the first common mistake that buyers are making these days, the very first one is going to be going into the model homes and speaking to the buyer's rep without your agent or any representation. Yes, this is happening. Buyers are just driving by. They see a new community being built. They know that they want to buy, so they pull right in. Well, the representative that's inside that model home, they represent the builder. You have no protection. So a lot of buyers, they don't know to do this. They don't know that they do want to go ahead and have some sort of representation when they go inside to these model homes. In most cases, if you're working with a realtor that's been in the business for a long time, usually we already have a relationship built with a builder. So I know that I sell a lot of new construction. So I have a relationship built with several builders in the Winston-Salem, Forsyth County area. And usually that gives you a little bit of leverage, especially if you, your realtor, as well as the builder's realtor, if they've had good transactions in the past, that gives you a little bit of leverage. So for example, I have several of my now girlfriends, these are my friends now, they work for the builder. However, I I can just call them. I have their cell phone numbers. We go to lunch, we go to dinner. I've built a relationship with them. I'm seeing their children. They're coming to my house or whatever. I have literally built a relationship with a lot of the builder reps outside of real estate. We are in each other's personal lives at this point. And for instance, if you don't have a realtor at all versus having a realtor who they already have a relationship with, I usually get the calls and say, hey, Yolanda, I have this house available in a price range. This is what I have. Or, you know, basically in a nutshell, you get a little bit of extra leverage from having a realtor that has a good relationship with the builder. Also, you may not know what questions to ask. You don't know what things are in the contract because the contracts are the builder's contracts. These are not the standard North Carolina contract. So if you're going through a contract with a builder, these are contracts that sometimes the verbiage is to basically protect them. You have to know what questions to ask. You also don't know what to look for. So there's things that I know that I have caught that if it's a builder that I haven't really worked with, I know what questions to ask if I don't already know the answer. So if you don't know what to look for, what to ask, that is a common mistake that a lot of buyers are having, is walking into new construction model homes without a realtor. The second common mistake is going to be not getting a third-party inspector. So when you're getting a new construction home built, there can be mistakes made. Don't think that just because it's brand new that the contractors who built the house haven't made any mistakes. Yes, the builder has their own inspector, but they represent the builder. You want to go ahead and get your own third-party home inspector. A lot of buyers tend not to do this because they don't want to spend the money. Go ahead and prepare for it. It's going to cost about anywhere between $400 and $600 depending on the square footage of the house, but it is well worth it. A third-party home inspector, they can find things throughout the house that you are not going to notice. And of course, a lot of times the inspector that's working on behalf of the seller or the builder, they're not going to tell you either. So just make sure you go ahead and get a third-party home inspection. The third common mistake that happens is if you are thinking or even considering new construction, make sure you go ahead and let your realtor know. And the reason is because you don't want to go ahead and get pre-approved with a separate lender, because most builders, they do require you to use their own in-house lender. And I want to take that back. They do not require it. They just highly recommend that you use their in-house lender or their partnered lender. And that is because you actually get little perks with that. If you use the builder's in-house lender, their in-house team overall, their in-house attorney's office and things like that, what happens is you get perks, you get incentives is what they call it, where you are able to receive closing costs. You may be able to get an upgrade on your flooring or get blinds throughout your home for free as a part of using their in-house team. So you don't want your credit ran multiple times. So if you have a realtor that you know that you're going to work with, really seriously consider new construction. But if you are not considering new construction at all, and that is not the direction that you're going in, it is perfectly fine, okay, to go with another lender. But if you are thinking about it, even thinking about it, you do not want your credit pulled multiple times. If you went to your bank and your bank is not on their preferred list, you have a pre-approval with your current bank, well, now you have to get pre-approved with the builder. So that's going to be a second pull on your credit. So just keep that in mind. If you go with the builder's lender, you do get quite a few incentives that is going to be beneficial to you. The next common mistake is going to be not asking enough questions. Please do your due diligence. Anytime you are purchasing a home, Google is your friend. A lot of people have no clue where to start, but guys, there are so many videos right here on YouTube. There's so much information on the internet. A lot of buyers are just not even trying to look for how to purchase a home, like as far as just Googling how to purchase a home. If you do your due diligence and do your research, it will better prepare you for this process. So not asking enough questions when you're actually speaking to a builder, that is going to be a common mistake, because we see this all the time where buyers are like, we just don't know what at all we're doing. Well, if you go ahead and start the process just by utilizing the internet, you will definitely be ahead of a lot of people who are trying to purchase a home. Also, I have noticed that a lot of buyers are not taking any notes at all. I have had several buyers go ahead and bring a notepad and pen, and that's great. But I see more that are not taking any notes at all. You do get a buyer's orientation or a builder's orientation, and it's also called the blue tape walkthrough. This is where you get to go once your house is completed, finally done. From the ground up, you are done and ready to close. Usually this time takes about, I want to say a few hours this takes, but this happens right around about 2 weeks before you're due to close, or 1 week before you're due to close. And this allows you to go right through the house. You get a piece of blue tape. It's like tape and you get to actually tear off a piece everywhere where you see a blemish, you see a nail pop, you see scuffs on the wall and all this stuff. Anything on the flooring, the carpet, the cabinets, if you see anything. And it's always good to make sure that you bring along a notepad and pen so that you can take notes on what you are telling the builder, or what we are telling the builder that needs to be fixed, so that we can ensure that these things are fixed before we close, because you will have one more walkthrough. So you have a buyer orientation or builder orientation, depending on which builder the terminology is going to change, or it would be called a blue tape walkthrough. They are going to give you that opportunity a week or two before you close, and then the morning of your closing, we're going to come back and make sure those things are done. So you do want to make sure that you take enough notes and you go ahead and just ask as many questions as possible. So definitely educate yourself on the process. And we will be able together, myself as your realtor and yourself, we will come up with a number of questions that we need to be asking this builder. Also, in the body of the contract, when you're working with a builder, when you're doing your builder orientation or blue tape walkthrough, they are going to let you know you are not going to see 100% perfection. And what they have, the verbiage in the contract, is that the product is man-made. So that means a physical person is making it. It is not machine-made. It is man-made. So if you're coming in looking for 100% flawless perfection, they have it in their contract to protect them that is not what you're receiving. You're receiving a man-made product, so don't expect perfection, but we're going to make sure that it is darn close to perfection. And the final common mistake, number 5, is going to be not keeping up with your builder warranty. Yes, when you purchase new construction, you get a 1-year builder warranty. The house is brand new, so it has to have time to settle. So the house, you're gonna have, hear a lot of little creaks here and there because the house is kind of settling. The nails are gonna pop depending on what time of year. So if it's cold outside, so say for instance your house is being framed out and built during the winter months, the wood and just the materials are going to react differently than if you were getting the house built in the summertime. So it may swell up in the summertime and contract during the winter. So you definitely want to, keep up with your builder warranty. So typically around month 11, that is when they would contact you. But it is your responsibility to make sure you follow up with them as well. So that is a common mistake, is where buyers are not keeping up with that throughout the year. So from the time you close 11 months. 11 months. Keep up with anything that is happening in that house that is cosmetics. So if these are nail pops, the paint, anything that is happening. Now keep in mind, if you paint the house within the first year, that will void your warranty, your paint warranty. So just make sure, I know it's hard not to paint, but if you just wait 1 year to, you know, allow that 1 year builder warranty to come around, that way everything gets fixed before you pick out your own customized paint, then you won't void that warranty. So just keep that in mind. Don't paint. But yeah, I'm just reading my notes here. Yeah, keep a list throughout the year to just have it ready. So when they do contact you for that 11th month follow-up, you are already prepared. All right, guys, that is it. That is all 5 of my top 5 mistakes or common mistakes that home buyers make when they are thinking about going with new construction. So if you have any questions, if this information helped you in any way, please make sure you go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.